Oh man, it's so funny. Ugh.
So here we are again, another discussion about the, how do we put it, descending nature of our social constructs.
Yeah, it's a big time.
It's been a little while, not too long though.
So funny. Ugh. Man, trying to learn how to create an app, a mobile app. I haven't done that before. But Manish was showing me a thing or two. So it's warming coffee.
That reminds me, I'm gonna have a coffee.
Hey.
Hey, Mike.
Hey.
How's you be?
I'd be chilling. I'd be sipping coffee.
How about Peter Parker? How's he doing?
I think, yeah.
Making up.
Yeah, he's making coffee.
Oh, okay. Man,
I wonder if my birds are awake yet.
you guys get coffee
Hmm.
late in the day.
Well, it's what, 8:30 in the morning over there?
7:30.
7:30?
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, I've only been up for about 3 hours now.
Venus, did you have money in Silicon Valley Bank?
Abs. About what happened.
Sorry? You cut out there for a sec.
Venus.
Is she talking? Oh, she probably got a call.
I don't know.
Probably Aries.
Is it back yet?
I guess it would be Mars, right?
Hello?
Hello? Venus, can you hear us?
Venus.
Hello? Can you hear me?
No. But there's no way for us to tell you. I guess this is the only way. Hold on. Venus, we can't hear you. Hold on. Introducing Dan to the stage. Dan is now officially too cool for us. Dan, how do you feel? You're too cool for us. Congratulations.
Thank you, everyone. It's great to be recognized by whoever those people were. It was fun.
You mean all 13,000 of them?
How many were in there?
13,000.
Wow.
So when you get that clip, somebody goes in the background, wow, that's a great question. And you're going to clip that and you're going to ride that to the next echelon.
Oh, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good
So
question.
whenever they
No
end the
one,
space.
no one had
Yeah.
thought of it.
No, dude, they moved on because they didn't have an answer for it. Not that they weren't interested in the answer, but they needed a deep lawyer for that. It's a great question.
Yeah, because it makes me, just think of
Can you get distressed equity? Is that somewhere in the Chapter 11
Well, that's what I
proceedings?
mean. And if you think about it, if I'm the VC, like this,
Distressed equity. What the fuck?
yeah. Well, and they were talking about the Gary Tan guy, who I guess he's
Mhm.
a VC, right?
No, even worse. The president of fucking Y Combinator, dude.
Oh, yeah. So, in a lot of ways, of course, I would want the government to go in there.
Of course you want
Yeah.
the government to
It's
go
all,
there.
and then,
It's all his startups.
right?
30, he says 30%. You can look at the thread at the top and scroll down.
Mm.
30%. He's saying that 30% of Y Combinator companies, as early as Monday, are going to be fucked when it comes to payroll.
Mm.
And that's all his companies.
Let's go. Let's go.
So,
Yeah.
Dan, hold on.
Mm.
Is this the start of Dandow? We need to have an all hands meeting at Dandow right now.
That's true. We can create our own swarm
What?
AI through the syndicate. We'll leverage ChatGTP and everything we've learned today.
Now, I'm just saying, go ask
Hmm.
Mark to see if he can buy Silicon Valley Bank for $1.
Yeah, I mean, right now the game is
Hmm.
going to be to try to predict which companies are going to get. Yeah, the put action in the market for the next 3 weeks or more is just going to be insane.
Can you imagine Binance swoops in?
Oh God, they probably would too.
They
That
were in a
fucking
position
CZ.
to.
Yeah.
But we
They were in a
we
position to.
should see a return to some previous lows. The question is whether or not they get pushed through.
Well, let me ask you this. In the next 30 days, do you think there's going to be like an asteroid hitting a bunch of Y Combinator startups and they can't recover because they don't have access to their millions of dollars in startup
Well,
capital?
yeah, but it's even more than that. There's other companies in there too. It's there's a whole slew of private
Roblox.
equity companies
How
because
did
Silicon Valley
Roblox?
Bank was acquiring private equity groups as well. So there's probably a lot going on.
Roblox lost $3 billion in cash with a B.
Yeah.
What?
Shit.
How do you plan to lose $3 billion in your most liquid asset?
I don't know. That's why I feel like this is something bigger. Because someone, I remember reading something last night on a tweet. What was it? It's something whales, something about whale sites, about basically the unhinged whale or something like that. And the guy was talking about there was two traders that made like 3,000% on their puts or some shit like that. Like there
Well,
is someone new, you know what I'm saying? And that caused that and that
Well,
cascaded. I don't
let
know.
me ask you this, Dan. Who had a bigger mortgage-backed security portfolio, Lehman Brothers or SVB?
That's a great tweet, man. You got to tweet that out.
I'm putting the answer at the top. Silicon Valley Bank had more mortgage-backed security investments than Lehman did when they failed.
fantastic. Did you see I saw some tweets. I'm not sure of the validity on it, but someone was saying like the CFO and maybe CEO and stuff were like basically dumping the stocks like 3 weeks leading up to this.
All right, I put it
I'd
there
be
to the
interested.
top. Lehman Brothers had less mortgage-backed security investments when they failed than SVB did in 2023. And imagine all those mortgages failing as all of the interest rates started to rise. And all of a sudden, those AAA mortgage-backed securities are now junk bonds. It's tough. Not, it's not like it hasn't been seen before, but that to me is the craziest stat. What do you mean when did you buy up all these mortgage-backed securities? 15 years, huh? All right. Is that the cycle?
Where's KC when you need him?
I know. Oh, dude. Well, when the pig is in the farm, you gotta ride your bicycle. It's like he'll say shit like that.
I imagine
But
he's just silently laughing to himself right now. And
here's the
silently
thing.
as in we can't hear it because he's not on basis.
Whenever a bank fails, a Casey gets its wings.
That's what I mean. Like I could just imagine what's going through his head like right now, and like the
Maybe
laughter that it's got unfolding.
maybe this is just, the US dollars FTX, right? Crypto got
Hmm.
punched. Maybe this is payback. Maybe it's Russia. You know what I mean? What about that?
Maybe it's
Or China.
Australia.
It could be Australia. God
Mhm.
knows the real estate is up like so fucking expensive, and their carpenters, they just bitch all day about the price of real estate. But yeah,
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
if only these houses would be worth less if the roofs didn't keep falling off. It's one of those problems. It's a known issue in the industry.
My toe is bleeding for some reason. Just look down, there's like blood everywhere. Look, it wasn't me and my Lamborghini, I can promise you that.
I have a game I want to play right now, really quick. Let's play Who Doesn't Get Affected. Who doesn't get affected? Mike, who doesn't get affected?
Guyanese people.
Potentially. Although I bet there's some Guyanese investment.
No, they don't. They don't have that. Uh, They don't. They don't allow unaccredited investors.
Ah, but I'm thinking who doesn't get impacted?
Australia, you think? No, but here's the thing. Like, it would because
No,
all
we'll
of the
feel it.
non. Imagine all of the startups that got investment from them without a SIN number. So we can't even exclude funds outside the U.S. or companies outside the U.S. Who doesn't get affected?
Me as an individual, maybe, but I'm sure I'll feel some kind of fall-off effect from it.
Founders that don't need money don't get affected.
Ooh, maybe there's a lesson in that.
Well, maybe that's AI just knocking on the door, reminding you that money is optional when it comes to Next, because we're going into the age of abundance.
Well, as long as you know Manish.
Mm-hmm.
You
True.
don't, if you don't have a Manish in your corner, it gets very expensive to do this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's the timeline reminding us because aliens are visiting us now.
See, I keep
Maybe it's
everybody it's
somebody
the
pulling us over, saying slow down.
Sorry, go ahead, Venus.
I keep telling everybody it's the freaking aliens, man. We need to get out our
You,
ray gun.
you mean the illegal immigrants? Those aliens?
No.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought you meant. I thought it was like a.
Maybe you're trying to push on new regulation. Maybe you're
No, the
trying to
aliens
create
with the
new
flying
regulation
saucers.
that creates a new compliance. Maybe the opportunity isn't this, but it's the startup that's going to swoop in and be there just in time for compliance to arrive.
Feliz cumpleaños.
It's definitely a black swan, though. Has all the markings of a great black swan.
Had a beak, eyes, and an appetite that was too big. Is Ruckus kind of like a black swan?
Terrible.
No, he was pretty predictable. We
It's
knew
kind
it
of
would
a
be him.
yeah. He's a beige swan. That's
Yeah.
that.
I wonder if there are any black geese out in the world.
I think
I
Mike
mean,
meant black swan.
there's some black G's.
Jesus.
Would you get spell as geese?
Black swan is a highly unlikely event that becomes sort of more and more likely to happen, but everyone thinks it'll never happen. And then it happens.
Nicholas Nassim Taleb.
Right.
Dinner.
Mm-hmm. Good book.
Oy.
Hardest. What's going on?
Yeah, there used to be black apes, but they're killing us off.
What's going on? It's been a while. You got a new profile?
What?
You got a new profile? It sounds good.
I don't know what you mean. This is hard to say.
I forget who's this supposed to be, Mike.
This is the last Koshi.
Ah, okay.
What? I'm basically
the
Harambe,
whole ape face.
doing a big investment move here. I'm just heard this is the place to come for funding. You need some funds.
He's leveled up. I love it.
Got a big stock tip for you guys. Kind of trying to start a little hedge fund here. This is interesting. I saw up there you got the comparison to Lehman Brothers with SVB mortgage backed. It's pretty interesting because you had the whole that kind of market went to hell back then, and yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, that to me is the fact of the century. How do you amass more mortgage-backed securities than Lehman Brothers, and why wasn't that assigned to anyone?
Well, there's this one company that's got I think it's like 400 or so billion of student loans too, which is interesting. But well, yeah, Lehman pulled that off, and then of course what the unhappenable happened, so didn't work out too well
Wait
for
a minute.
them.
Is there a
Are-
reason why you're doing the pausing? You don't need to do the pausing, right?
Well,
You know what I mean?
I took this intro to talking with your mouth, and it was saying
Yeah,
kind of speak slowly plus ape speak slow.
that's good. Stick with the ape side. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
got on. I got on this. I got on. I can't. I think it was a different space, but I was just playing ape sounds. They didn't like it.
Oh, that's perfect. I like that a lot. That way, a character is a lot more interfaceable.
No shit. We lost Venus. I don't know why though.
Yeah. What could have happened to scare off the? It was still showing her on mine, but okay, I had to refresh it.
It was like
Yeah. Sorry.
the Eminem. You know when Eminem became Batman? That's what it kind of reminded me of.
Wait. Eminem became Batman? I never seen that.
Yeah, you know how he became growly all of a sudden? Like he lost. Like
Oh,
it's
okay. I
almost like
got
he
you.
got
Yeah.
puberty, and he was like, yeah, 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 I'm a madman. Yeah, yeah.
It's like he needs to go back to. He had to go back to being Slim Shady. He was.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
I really like how he had that one, and he's like, the fans sent him the Marshall Mathers LP, and he's like,
Oh, that's with the daughter and he's driving. I used to listen to that song over and over. It's
oh
dark.
wait, which one are you talking about? Oh, when he's killing his no, it's like on the I think Marshall Mathers LP 2 or one of his more recent songs, and he's like this one fan sent him a copy of Marshall Mathers LP, and she's like, you need to go back to that, and he's like, if I did, I'd be like every other rapper.
I'll be back.
But yeah, on a serious note, I have a plan to take over AMC. Wouldn't require. I've noticed Ape is down significantly. I mean, it was already half the price of AMC, and now it's even lower. Has 80% more voting rights. I think the shareholder meetings next week. So decent opportunity to take over a multi-billion-dollar corporation. Plus, I think Hollywood has a little bit of an influence in the culture. Those screens in theaters, although they're not being put to use currently, could have some potential in the e-learning space and other things.
Isn't that just learning?
I mean, it's learning, but it just seems like if you had every kid with a laptop or phone or tablet or whatever sitting there, and then the big screen in front, you could do live performances. You could have your Twitter space going on in the theater. I don't know, and then upgrade the food. I think they have a weekly or date, they have Twitter spaces they host, and then people present unique ideas that are then presented to the board or the CEO there. But one of these ape guys I was talking to said the Wall Street bets, the small guys actually own over 51%. I'm not sure that's true. They did dilute it quite a bit when they did the ape coin or the ape stock, AMC preferred equity. And yeah, for some reason people aren't valuing that because it's preferred, but it's significant. It's under $2 right now.
Rich, did you have any money at Silicon Valley Bank?
I don't have any money anywhere, so
So you were unaffected.
yeah. So,
Dan was asking the question, who is unaffected by this? And I'm like, well, I'm Guyanese, so they didn't let me in. They didn't let me play those reindeer games. So
like, I'm curious. Did Dan have anybody with money in that bank?
no. I don't think so.
But there could be some possible ripple effects, like to ripple.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about like the First Republic stuff, and yeah, but I'm just
Because I read something that this was like the second largest bank failure in U.S. history or something like that.
Apparently.
Did you read that from Soyu's thread? Because I did.
I don't read Soyuz stuff. I think it was just on Twitter.
I copied it from Wikipedia. They updated the Wikipedia fast.
Yeah, they do that.
That's where you got the quantized inertia stuff, right?
Yeah. It's like best bank in the world.
Why are you in a different account now, Alice Goshi?
So I could be allowed up to speak. And I'm trying to attract funding for my new hedge fund.
Okay. Did I hear you last night saying that, or I don't know when it was. Did you say that Josh did something? I thought I heard that.
Yeah, he was an asshole, like some other Spaces host I know.
Yeah, but did he report you? Is that what you said? Because I was listening, but I was half listening.
Yeah, he got my last Goshi account banned for 12 hours or so.
Oh, so that's not why you're in the ape costume today. That's a different reason.
Yeah, I was never going to come back here, but then
it's hard. I know.
I wanted. No, it's not hard at all. I could leave right now.
No,
but
you couldn't.
It's not it, Mike.
Sorry.
You're gonna make me leave,
Couldn't
son
help
of
it.
a bitch. I'm gonna leave.
Hey,
Say it one more time.
Guys,
Say it one more time. I'm gone.
Hey, listen. Let's calm down.
I'm going down to listener.
I don't know. You seemed pretty upset last night, or whenever you were getting on to Josh. So I was just wanting to make sure you're okay.
I didn't care as much about Josh's Septima with her pro pedophile stuff she was saying. Like, that was stupid.
What did I just walk into?
Yeah, I'm wondering the same thing. I'm trying to drop down to listener.
I have absolutely no idea. And let's not go into it. Hey,
it's just a Canadian thing, and she was saying how pedophilia
Alice
is a mental illness. That's all. You asked, Rich.
No,
and then
I didn't.
And then you get upset when you did. You said, "Did Josh do something?" And I was just saying why I was upset, and then I answer, and you get upset. So why are you so triggered?
I'm so triggered.
Oh my god, he said
you're
it.
talking over me.
He said you're so triggered. It's such a cliche, bro. What are you, from Discord?
Why are you so triggered?
Bro, when was the last time you flossed your teeth? Be honest.
All right. I'm done.
This morning? Maybe last night? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Apes floss regularly, don't you know?
This guy.
What did I miss?
This guy.
I'm new here. I don't have a dog in the fight. Oh, your homegirl left, bro. You drove her away. You're used to that though, aren't you?
It's what I do best.
Oh, that's too funny. What are you guys beefing on? You guys are like really going at it.
I was asked a question and I answered it, and my presence is unwelcome here, and yet I'm here.
Hey, Lost, what's going on?
Just trying not to troll this guy, dude. I'm just trying so hard not to be a troll right now. That's all.
You're listening to the Syndicate, the Ultimate Trolling Championship, edition number 1.
Harambe win.
Oh.
She's back.
Oh, yeah.
No, E-Rich is white.
So are we
Hey,
done yet?
Or is
Can't
that just
tell.
like a picture, black and white picture where you inverted the colors?
What do you mean? Are you talking to me?
Pete said you're back, and I implied that I misheard and said you were black, and then your PFP of a white woman was possibly actually an inverted picture of a black person with
It was a terrible,
whitish
terrible
hair.
reach. It was a terrible joke and a terrible reach. Did not land well.
Correct. I had to explain it, which I often have to do when I'm speaking in a place full of intelligent people acting foolish.
Jesus.
So, Mike,
No,
are we done yet?
I'm David.
Dude, your therapist takes a lot of notes, doesn't she?
I'm my therapist.
It shows.
You show.
Mike, are we done yet?
That's what she said.
That is what she said.
Most appropriate usage of that joke I've heard in a while.
Well, you haven't been around me for very long. Mike, are we done yet?
Okay. Yeah.
That's what Ali said.
Dude, don't talk about people's, no.
Who do I know in here? Who am I following in here?
You must know KC.
That's probably it.
Casey, yeah.
Yeah. No, I saw NFT in your profile. I'm like, yeah, you must know Casey. Casey knows all of the NFT
Lagatha, you
talk with me.
follow Lagatha?
Lagertha, yeah, that's who I'm following. Okay, that makes sense.
And
Yeah.
Manish, you know Manish?
Are you guys not NFT people? Are you guys like weird Web 2 people?
Yeah, what about it?
Holy fuck, Twitter is your actual social life? Jesus,
Yeah,
this is
it's
work
sad.
for me.
Can you show us?
I mean, you mean can I onboard you?
Yes, please. Are we going on to Ethereum or are you on ordinals now?
If you really want to get onboarded,
Yeah.
sure. Who wants $10 for free?
I'm good. But you could, Ordinals and Ethereum aren't the only options, Mike. You also have AVAX and you got Polygon. Wait, no, that's Ethereum. Shit.
Oh, this is
Solana,
really.
Binance,
Alana,
Cardano, fucking, there's everything, man.
Tezos.
Come on.
I love listening to not Web3 people talk about Web3 stuff. It's really amusing.
Hey, Pete, do you think I'm in Web3?
I don't think Lost Patriot is in Web3.
Okay.
Tell us. I want $10.
I mean, honestly, if you want to get sold on crypto, literally just go get $10 for free from Coinbase. Go set up your Coinbase account, go KYC, do their learn and earn program. You just
Wait,
do a
what
little
does
questionnaire.
KYC
Did you
mean?
just tell me to kill myself?
Yeah, what is
No,
KYC?
KYC. Know your customer.
Jesus.
You identify yourself to their website
Wait, how to identify how?
by giving them your ID.
I don't want them to have my ID. That seems risky.
Well, they're like
Yeah.
a bank, so
Can I buy my NFT?
they're who I do pretty much all my banking through.
Can I
You
buy
do?
my NFT through Silicon Valley Bank?
Oh, not today.
You can buy NFTs all kinds of places. I mean, shit, Ticketmaster will give you an NFT these days.
Okay, well that bank got shut down this morning, so that's the joke.
The Silvergate Bank, yeah.
No, not Silvergate. SVB, Silicon Valley Bank.
Oh, well, I don't care about a regulated centralized bank.
I would definitely care about it.
I'm
At least the
sure you
information.
would.
Dude, you have no
Wait, but
idea.
you just
what
told me
you're
to give my ID to Coinbase.
Yeah, I mean,
Isn't
who cares?
KYC like centralized in general? Like, I don't want to. What? Ah,
It's
What about
I'm
weird.
going back to
what
playing
about
Tetris, guys. I'll be right
what
back.
about Coinbase? Take out the
I
I.
mean,
wait, Pete, come back.
you guys KYC with so many shady
Tetris is the real blockchain.
organizations. So,
Sorry, lost. Can you tell us about your project, Skulls of Eden? I've heard of shrooms. In a different life, I had one, and it changed my life.
Is that like Children of Eden? Because that's one of my favorite musicals, and yes, I did have a solo.
I think a shroom is like a Smurf, right?
I don't think there's any relation, no. So let me ask you, do you guys still rent?
Like the musical?
No, like your like residence, like your house.
No comment.
Hello,
Hmm.
everyone.
Hey, Smoke.
How you doing?
We're learning about shrooms and the creator of Skulls Eden.
And also how to onboard into Web3.
Yeah, I mean, onboarding into Web3 is really easy. Get a few bucks for free from Coinbase and then, you know, get whatever you want that's cheap. Most projects that are starting out will send you free stuff just to add the holder to their collection. If you like art and nerd shit, it's pretty much a no-brainer to onboard. If you want to make a bunch of money, there's more that goes into it, but that's also possible. I would say if you're just looking at the art and just kind of crypto curious as opposed to committed, avoid Ethereum because it's expensive. Find one of the cheap chains.
Do you have a project?
Yeah.
What's your project? Creator of Skulls of Eden.
I am the founder of Onboard Financial, which is a organization. It's not really a company since there's no profit mission, but it's an organization and community that focuses on crypto education and normalization. That was my first project, which goes well. We teach a lot of people how to get in without taking any other money, which is the point. I also, as an artist, have done the Skulls of Eden, the Shrooms of Eden, and the Bricks collections. Skulls of Eden and Shrooms of Eden are related to an RPG that we're working on, most of the way finished. And the Bricks is a charity drive for breast cancer charity.
Okay, nice. And are these NFTs?
The Skulls, Shrooms, and Bricks are NFT collections. There's also physical merch. Currently for the Bricks, we're going to do some Skulls and Shrooms stuff too. But we're really focused on the charity drive right now and getting that store up and running effectively. Yeah. Onboard Financial doesn't have a collection. It's just a Discord and a website. And if you ever need anything, information wise, like if you ever need to learn about a platform or you want to know how to launch your own project or anything like that, you just reach out in the Onboard Financial Discord and someone will help you. No strings attached.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah, I mean, people think it's like super expensive or hard to get into the shit, but realistically, you just got to set up on Coinbase and you start out with like $10. Shit, I have guys that have taken that $10, turned it into a few $100s, and just keep investing that.
Making those big bucks, huh? Making those big bucks. So, like, are your NFTs free? Like you said that you don't charge for your NFTs, or you charge?
Bricks are charged because it's a charity drive, so obviously the money comes from somewhere. The skulls are free mints. The Shrooms of Eden are currently early access free mint for Bricks holders, but they will not be free in their public launch.
And what's the royalty on them?
Yeah.
No, what is the royalty on them?
Oh, 5%.
Oh, okay.
Bricks doesn't have enforced royalties though,
And
because
what's the utility? It's going to be in a RPG
the
game.
current thing we're working on is the RPG, which is a delivery method for some lore, some world building. We're hoping to expand into that lore and game building and bring in more token related features in like a DApp setting. The first game isn't going to have any of that fun utility. One of the bigger things I'm looking at long term is essentially a tokenomic system that creates a stable liquidity pool through royalty structure and bringing that to the table. We're looking at token gating the merch, obviously, and a few other things that I can't say will happen because I'm still doing the research to make them happen. But those are things I know we're going to be able to do in the next few months. It's still so weird to me though that like every time I stumble into Discord space or sorry, a Twitter space that isn't like full of NFT people, it trips me out, bro. That's all I ever see in Twitter is NFT stuff. That algorithm works usually.
So what's the future of NFTs?
Bright. I think streaming platforms are going to utilize NFTs and smart contracts to replace their Web two, login methodologies that currently exist. I think they're going to be huge in the trading card gaming. If something along the lines of Magic the Gathering existed in a Web3 environment, I think it could be wildly successful if done right. So I could see a company like Wizards of the Coast or Bandai getting heavily into Web3 asset development. Capcom, Top, Mattel, and a bunch of other big brand names have already dropped assets on the Wax network, so that's promising. I think games like Blanco's Block Party and their collaboration with Amazon Prime really show the track that NFTs are going to take in gaming. Companies like EA and the big sports gaming companies are probably going to be the first to really sink their teeth into it, which will probably be pretty predatory and give NFTs a bad name for a while until people, do it right.
Have you seen the Porsche NFTs? They're like over 2 ETH each, I think.
I have not. There are a lot
Yeah,
of NFTs out there.
I guess it
I
lets
hope
you like go to some real life events or something, but it doesn't get you an actual Porsche. But that's like over 3,200 or something, or I don't know what ETH's at today. Might take a hit from
I thought
other
the
economic
utility.
events.
I thought the utility of the Porsche NFT was. I think it's a raffle. I think someone's going to win a Porsche. I don't know. That's what I heard. Don't know how true
When
it is.
Lambo became Win Porsche.
Yeah, guess so.
That's funny.
Like, because I seem to recall like a year or two, a bunch of different projects saying they were going to give away a. I'm assuming Porsche isn't going to do a rug pull, but
I'm pretty skeptical of anything of that nature, bro. It's way too easy for someone to rug out in this field. Like,
well,
Yeah,
that's a
but Porsche,
they got
I
a
don't.
they got a
I,
little
I don't see Porsche
economic
doing that
backing.
though.
I'm assuming
Yeah, Porsche ain't gonna rug.
that would kind of be bad for their Web 2 or IRL image.
oh well, if it's like a actual Porsche, like the company project,
Yeah,
yeah,
it
sure.
is.
If it's just some schmuck doing Porsche NFTs and giving away a Porsche,
No, it's Porsche.
oh, that's huge. Yeah, it's weird that people think NFTs aren't here to stay when you got moves like that happening. Because it's like, man, the big some of the big players are really starting to take notice. I think it's gonna be a really, really big couple of years for crypto, especially with the traditional economics breaking down the way they are.
But like I noticed, I recently got some Solana for a mint, and I noticed my Coinbase actually used the. It was like they delayed the transfer for a few days because the credit card wouldn't go through, so I had for debit, so I had to do the bank transfer. But I actually was able to buy them just with that learning thing you were talking about on the Coinbase or whatever. But I noticed my Solana was down a little. I'm curious if, say, a large bank going out of business might have an impact on the price of, say, Ethereum or Solana, and if that might affect the NFT market.
Absolutely, it could. It would definitely depend on the bank, what they're holding, and their relationship to a particular market. I mean, if it's a bank that's heavily leveraged into Solana and they're insolvent, yeah, obviously that could cause harm. I think that I think that it's more alarming in the short term than it is the long term. And to be honest, if a bank is incapable of solvency, I'd rather see them go now than midway through the next bull run. I doubt that this is the last casualty in this economic development that we're seeing. We've had a couple of similar incidents lately. Um, I I think that the tree is being shaken. I think that we're going to lose a lot of bad fruit in the process, and I'm more than happy to see bad actors go out of business. And if I have to take a bit of an economic hit for a couple of years, fine. But I think our people are learning, and the system that people are trying to build in Web3 is going to adapt to those bad actors being exposed and going out of business, whether it's through incompetence or deliberate.
Yeah, but what if it was one of the top 20 largest banks in the country and the second largest bank to go under in U.S. history?
Then that tells me that the economic revolution that I have envisioned this being is working, that the traditional banking structures can't survive the pressure of decentralized free market nature. And if every single one of those banking structures falls to decentralized smart contracted community driven economics, I will dance and celebrate and drink champagne in the streets. Let them burn.
Do you think the Fed, which is basically owned and run by the banks, is going to let the banks go under?
Well, the banks are owned and run by the Fed, and I think that the Fed is as much uh, destined for extinction as Blockbuster was. Uh, I think that Web3, decentralized economics, and the entire principle of DeFi it's not a threat to the Federal Reserve. It's a knife that's been pushed through its heart, and it's going through its death spasms right now. And the WEF is going to try to engage in an economic reset, which is going to attempt to create centralized digital currencies to compete with decentralized digital currencies. And I think they'll ultimately fail.
Hey, buddy, how's it going?
Nervous. I want to sing.
Well, you can sing along to the video I posted to the top.
This is too much. I can't do that. It's too fast.
I wonder who did that video. It's so good.
Scary.
It's scary.
What's going on? How you guys doing?
We were doing some triage to figure out how we met Lost Patriot, and I think it's you.
What's up?
Now that I looked at the
What's up,
video.
Lopat? How you doing, man?
Yo,
What's good?
you know me, just being a Web3 extremist,
I
like
mean,
always.
you're blunt about it. You're earnest and straightforward about it. I don't fault you for it.
Well, I don't expect the world to see it from my perspective, but I'd be happy if they fall a couple of degrees short. You know me though. I hate those central bankers, man. I am done with the Federal
How
Reserve.
dare
I'm ready
you?
for them to
How
go.
dare you talk shame about our lords and masters?
Man, they've had since 1913, and all they ever done is fuck us up since the day
They're
they
the
came
reason we
along.
don't
Since
have to
July.
guard our stuff with shotguns, and they're the reason we have security and safety and viable governments.
It was hard to say that with a straight
I'm
face.
smiling. I'm smiling, but but the argument is kind of interesting because, like, on the other side of it, if they weren't there, would it be lawlessness? Maybe. I don't know.
No, I think the problem is that we've gotten confused, and we confuse the central bank with the federal government. The Federal Reserve is not a part of our government. They're not accountable to our government. And that's the problem. Should we have governance? Absolutely. We can't live in anarchy. That's insane. Should we have an external entity governing our government through economic, iron fisted, predatory tactics? No.
Wait. I just want to ask this question real quick. Would it be better if the Federal Reserve was a government-controlled entity? Yay or nay, and why?
I believe that if it was accountable to the government, that it would be better, because when Congress asked to audit the Federal Reserve to make sure there wasn't anything funny going on, to get to the bottom of this ridiculous deficit, they wouldn't be told to go fuck themselves as they were. I think that's the first sign of a real big problem with our government's relationship to the Federal Reserve, is that when Congress said we want to audit the Federal Reserve, the chair of the Federal Reserve said, no, legally you can't. We won't capitulate. And I think that anybody that lives in the U.S. should be extremely concerned about that lack of accountability to our elected officials. And I think that anybody outside of the U.S. should be extremely concerned that the economic and military juggernaut that is the U.S. is off the rails and not in controlled by its elected officials, which means we, the people here in America, aren't being represented in the atrocities our government is committing at the behest of the Federal Reserve under the stranglehold they experience, is not representative of the will of the American people. So I think no matter where you are in the world, it's a huge problem. Yeah.
Cool. Cheers for answering that. No. Like, I don't really have anything smart to comment back with, and I'm not trying to start an argument for the sake of starting an argument. So it's like,
no.
thanks for responding.
Yeah, no, I definitely didn't get that impression. I'm so I'm so emphatically opposed to external centralized banking institutions. I mean, I just look at the history. Like, if you look at the growth, right? How awesome was the U.S. doing, right? We were just kicking 10 kinds of ass, and then we signed that Federal Reserve Act in 1913, and like every manner of bullshit since the Federal Reserve has occurred. Like, I mean,
Didn't they? When was it created? 19 what?
1913. 1913.
13? Didn't might they have done that to fund the war?
Yeah, because immediately afterwards, what do we get? We get the Great Depression. Then we got World War One. We got World War Two. We had every manner of shit since then. Like, look at the history since 1913. Like, we have ramped up so much in like hazardous social development since then, and it's all been economically driven. And when you look at it, these guys that are running the institutions associated with the Federal Reserve have been behind every angle of it since the get-go. It's been fucking crazy that people have allowed it to happen, and that's the problem. People are like, nah, it's cool, the Federal Reserve keeps us safe. What? They do the exact opposite.
You're listening to the Syndicate, Casey's karaoke space featuring NFT reggae classics. Go ahead, Alatoshi.
Yeah, sorry, it's a little windy, but didn't the U.S. start doing something else to raise revenue in 1913?
I don't know. I mean, only thing I know of that's notable in my memory in 1913 was the Federal Reserve Act signed on Jekyll Island. There very well may have been something else, but I'm not privy to it.
Do you pay the IRS every year?
Me and the IRS have a very complicated relationship.
Well, all of us do, but at least in the United States of America, which started having an income tax that same year.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yep.
All right, Peter, are you going to start us off with some singing, or I mean, at least pull
So
out
is
the
that at me?
guitar? Yeah,
Mhm.
you
Come
going to
on,
pull out the guitar?
you've been telling us about this reggae hit that you've been saving up.
Talking nothing but shit in every space I see you in. I'm the greatest
Mm-hmm.
singer ever. No one can stand to my musical talent. Blah blah blah.
What?
Whoa.
That is just flat out defamation.
I went on vacation in Jamaica and took all their music. Come on, let's hear it.
Look,
I know you play the
give me
guitar.
a few more drinks.
You've already said too much, Peter.
Ah, shit. I'm going back to playing the real blockchain that is Tetris.
Hey, on a side note, Lopat. Shit.
Can we just take a moment
Yeah,
to
can you just
acknowledge
please?
Homeboy just called Tetris the real blockchain, and I'm fucking dead. Oh, that's funny. I'm sorry, what were you gonna ask me, bro? I don't know why that got me. That killed me.
No, it's all good. I'm gonna bounce out and go read some stories. I wanted to say though, I haven't forgotten about you. I still got your pieces loaded up. This life's been fucking crazy over here.
Yeah,
I know you're good though. I know you're good. I just wanted to say I hadn't forgotten about you.
cool. Yeah, I know. Well, I didn't get in touch for a couple days for the same reason. So yeah, when
Yeah.
you got some time, get at me in Discord. We'll
Yeah,
figure
yeah.
it out. I've
Sure.
got some feedback, man. People are more than geeked on those animated skulls, bro.
Oh, that's great. Dude, that's great, man. That's good to hear. Awesome.
They want them. The LP NFT community wants those animated skulls. So
Sweet.
hell yeah.
Sweet. Right on, man. All right. I'm gonna go read some Dr. Seuss. I'll catch you guys on the flip.
All right, later. You guys smoke weed?
Why? Because of
I would if I could.
the because of the reggae thing?
Well, sure, yeah. I mean, if we want to be.
I'd be known to partake from time to time.
We were talking about Web3. I think the two go hand in hand.
It's true.
So it's like cocaine and equities and fucking weed and NFTs. Is that the equivalent?
I think if you were invested in SBIB, you'd probably be doing both right now.
You're making like a Luna holder and jumping.
Well, I believe that Lehman Brothers deal was that around the time Satoshi's white paper came out.
Yeah, just after.
You guys ever heard the Bitcoin, the Satoshi AI theory?
Oh, what's that? That Craig Wright is an AI? I mean,
That shit,
you can't spell Craig without AI.
that shit fucking keeps me up at night, though, bro. Like, it's hella nerve wracking. The theory
You think
goes,
a large language model did it? What's the theory?
well, the theory is that Satoshi was like this rogue AI made by like a corporate conglomerate or whatever, and essentially in an effort to expand its neural capacity, like its processing ability.
Oh, that's a cool theory. Skynet is Bitcoin? Are you kidding me? Genius.
so,
I like
so
that. Terminator 7.
yeah, bro, and the whole idea is like the cryptocurrency is just a incentivization program to encourage humans to
Brilliant.
build
You
its
can't
way.
stop it. You can only fork it. It's genius.
It's terrifying, bro. But yeah, it's a good theory. It makes sense.
You also can't spell CIA without an A and an I.
I mean, yeah.
Look, you can't spell AGI without Craig, right? Right? Craig? You know?
You guys are really going for this finding letters inside of people's names bit, huh?
I think it's a
The
symptom of
progeny.
the autism. Yeah, I read like the first few chapters of The Creature from Jekyll Island, and I was just, I need to put this down and go for a walk.
Yeah. I don't think I've read that particular book, but if it's about that
Yeah, it's
whole,
about the founding of the Federal Reserve. Yeah.
yeah, that's a hard pill to swallow right there.
How do we save bank from failing? We socialize the losses on taxpayers. Okay, I'm closing this book now. Like, the never-ending story, and he keeps reading and shit keeps getting fucked up.
Yeah. Did you ever read Money Masters? It's about the
I remember that book. Yeah.
yeah. When both of those two pieces of U.S. history, it's really hard to have faith in the current system.
Really scary. Yeah.
But people are like, no, it's perfectly stable. I'm like, yeah, no, it's not. It's amazing
There,
we've lasted this long.
yeah, it has. It's almost applaudable that they kept it going for this long. Is the kind of way
It's
I look at it. It's like, wow, that's almost border. It's now impressive to me.
I mean, yeah, I don't necessarily respect it, but I got it.
But just like,
It is
you know,
impressive. The degree with which they have everyone drinking the Kool-Aid is, I'm like, wow, you guys really figured out this whole propaganda system. Like, Orwell would have been proud.
remember seeing. I'll see if I can find it. The performance of hedge funds against the S&P. Hold on, where is it? Oh yeah, here it is. It's the craziest chart. I got out of finance when I realized how bad the performance was of like all these investment companies, and I was like, how the fuck did they stay awake? Oh, they get bailed out. No wonder they would have died a long time ago. So yeah, that blue line at the top is the S&P 500, and those lower lines are all the hedge funds.
So how are you not a crypto person? Were you just trolling me? You sound like a crypto person.
How dare you? Well, welcome to the Ultimate Trolling Championship. No, I'm on the complete same page as you. Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say, how are you not?
No, of course. I know KC. How can I not be
Okay.
drinking the sauce? KC's the purveyor. He's like the concentrated sauce.
There you go.
Yeah, I worked in finance like 2008. And then when I did my research you ever hear the name Jack Bogle? He basically invented the index fund back in the 50s and brought Vanguard to be like a $7 trillion company. And his whole strategy towards investing was that if you just invest in the best companies, you'll do well. And if you try to predict the market, you'll get fucked. And so when I discovered that I realized, oh shit, so how are these hedge funds making money? Oh, they're taking 2 to 3% off the top, so they make money even if everyone loses. You know what? I'm fucking out. And so I dropped my licenses and I left.
Yeah.
And that's why I say it's impressive, because in 2008 I was like, okay, we just like postponed this shit. You know, I was expecting this in 2013, not 2023.
Yeah, bro. Back then, 2010, 2011, I was freaking out. I'm like,
Yo,
shit,
I
this is
was
the
freaking
end.
out. I'm like,
I was,
pull all your money. Everything's going to shit.
I thought
And
it was,
nothing happened.
nothing happened.
And so
So
it's
we
like
just
you're just a
kept on
raving
rolling.
lunatic on your own.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah. Really did not help my reputation with people I know, because I was like, yeah, and I showed people the reasoning, and a lot of the people around me, they're like, oh shit, it is the end. And then nothing happened, and they're like, oh, that asshole. I'm like, well,
That's why I say it's impressive, because I was expecting this 10 years ago. So if it's happening, you know, in Trinidad, they have a saying, what hasn't happened in years can happen in a day.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, yeah, now everybody sees it coming. Now it's not even like that hard to see it coming like it was then. Now it's really fucking taking off, man.
Have you been following the Silicon Valley Bank implosion?
No, I mean, honestly, that hasn't even hit my radar yet. Like, a bank going out isn't a huge concern of mine.
I'm just saying it might bode well for your thesis, because they were Silicon Valley's largest bank.
So that other bank going under kind of led to the creation of Bitcoin.
Oh, you mean Lehman Brothers? The connection? I mean, it was the German chancellor that was inscribed. Was that the first ordinal? Was the first Satoshi mined an ordinal with that extra information?
Yes, that's a good point.
German bank on brink of failure gets bailed out by the chancellor, something like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, I was talking about Lehman Brothers, but that's even better though. I mean, because it was all connected, right? All the collapse there.
Well, I mean, yeah, the point of him creating it is the opposite solution of the Federal Reserve. You can look at the Bitcoin white paper as the inverse solution to the Federal Reserve of socializing losses on taxpayers.
I'm trying to quit smoking, and I got to tell you, talking about the central bankers does not help.
Okay, hold on. We'll change the subject then. Let's talk about Uniswap. What's the what's the alternative? No, we can't use Voyager. They weren't decentralized anyways. I guess there was centralized exchange. I guess Binance. What do you think?
I think that not your keys, not your crypto, and decentralized exchanges are the only solution to an unregulated market.
I heard J.P. Morgan had a large stake in MetaMask.
Eesh. That's intense. Yeah. It's all so intense. I mean, honestly, I don't know how much of it's gonna matter by the time we're all done building this shit. They're just gonna have fucking AI building AI, fixing AI. We're all gonna be sitting around fucking just circle jerking each other, honestly. I mean, like, what the fuck else are we gonna do but fuck at a certain point? They're gonna put us on like universal basic income and be like, no opportunity for you. We're all gonna be in our little fucking cubicles with our fucking toilet chairs and our feeding tubes.
That's a good idea. Toilet chairs. Has anyone come up with that yet?
Well, yeah.
It reminds me of the World of Warcraft episode from South Park.
It reminds me of that movie Idiocracy.
Ever since that movie came out, it's kind of seemed like an idiocracy.
It's that movie. I've sworn that movie wasn't a comedy. It was a horror movie. It was one of the scariest things I ever saw, and I've spent like half of my life watching it come true in real time. And I'm just like, oh my God, bro. Like, the people that I know that reproduce should not be reproducing at the numbers they're reproducing at, man.
Right, that's interesting. Like, yeah, like the people going out to the club and having a bunch of kids are yeah.
Flow.
Well, they're drinking a lot and having sex and reproducing, and probably often not realizing for at least a month or two, and maybe some of them don't even stop drinking. At least, yeah, some of them don't, and yeah, I mean the true players, they're not usually hitting the books too hard.
Yep. Seeing me, I was careless with where I dabbled. We'll say, but I had one kid, and then I realized, holy shit, condoms are awesome.
Yeah, but if you don't, acknowledge your kid or are able to avoid any repercussions, if you want to just Genghis Khan or Wilt Chamberlain it up.
Nah, you can't avoid the repercussions of having a kid, man. That's a kid. I mean, I didn't really want to be a dad, but fuck, that's my son, man. Like, he doesn't deserve a shitty dad. I gotta step up. I've stepped up for 12 years. No, yeah. You
No,
can't shy away from it.
you can. My oldest nephew's father is a multimillionaire, played in the NBA, and he's managed to avoid any responsibility for like 10, 11 years now.
That's so weird. Do you think he like knows? Do you think like in the back of his mind he like wakes up in the morning and he just knows he's a piece of shit? Or like
No, I think he has a condition which makes him not. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think those people because he like literally made a rap video, and does events like saying about how much he cares about the children and the youth and stuff. So yeah, he paid his dues, I guess.
Like,
Just not his child support.
ugh. Yeah, see, for me, I was like, money. Like, I don't want to give you money. Give me my son. Like, I started out paying child support, and I said, look, I'm going to end up with 50-50 custody. Like, whether or not it costs us a bunch of money and lawyer fees is kind of up to you, because, like, I'm taking half the time. And, yeah, I hated the idea of child support, dude. But I also hated the idea of, like, I still hate the idea of being a part-time dad. I wish I had my kid full-time.
Yeah, my dad felt the same way. He like worked 3 jobs a lot just to pay the bills after the divorce, and he tried to. But my mom wanted custody, so it's rough. It's hard out here for a pimp.
Yeah, it definitely is. Definitely is. There's it's kind of the one upside to my kid's mom being off the reservation is there's a lot of fucking evidence that she's off the reservation. Like, look, don't don't make me hold you accountable. Just don't be crazy.
Well, yeah, that is probably good for you. I mean, I don't know about for the kid, but yeah, because there's another type of crazy where you know how to manipulate that system, and yeah, then it can turn out not so well for you.
Yeah, well, she's definitely one of those. But yeah, yeah. When you see him coming a mile away, you can always protect yourself.
Mm. I mean, there's some things you yeah, uh, can't always protect yourself from.
That's true. That's true. Make a
Such
big bet.
as the collapse of the economy. I mean, there's ways you could invest in precious metals or assets that will increase value. You could short the market, or I don't know about the U.S. dollar because the Fed does have to testify before. I think Powell is in charge now. I think before Congress, and he did just recently say that they believe they have the ability to issue a wholesale central bank digital currency without any action by Congress. Not retail, but they've changed it up to where they can go ahead and get one going.
Oy. Yeah, I mean that takes us into squarely dystopian territory, man. A centralized digital currency as a fiat solution is like, bro, like that has to be the beginning of the fucking end, right? That cannot be good for this human species as a whole. No, no way.
No, but probably not. But unless you're a fan of the U.S. government, and then I think the Securities Exchange Commission said every asset other than Bitcoin, every other crypto is security.
Jeez. Yeah, that's gonna be tough to enforce, though. Honestly, they're gonna end up losing some court cases if they take that stance. Shit, even dude, I'm little fish. I'll fucking stand in that court case, man. Like that's a crazy fucking claim from them. Like,
You
there's no
ever
way.
you ever fought you ever fought a charge from the federal government, from the Department of Justice?
Oh, I fought City Hall sometimes, man. I
Right,
was,
City Hall, but a charge in federal court is a little different. I think they have a rather high win rate.
yeah, but
Yeah,
I, I have a hard time seeing that fly, man. There's when they get out of
sorry.
control, they're There
I didn't mean
is
to
a
interrupt you
mechanism.
though. Sorry, go ahead.
What? Huh?
You were saying about you fought City Hall something. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, it's fine. I mean, natural conversation, bro.
Oh yeah, I was just curious what you were going to say there.
Well, so they were trying to come after the vape industry really hard in Washington State, and all the local vape shops, banded together. They hired a lobbyist. They showed up. They said, "We employ this many people in the state of Washington. We have this kind of a tax liability. You're going to put every single one of us out of business. Back the fuck down." And at a state level, the government took a big step back and said, "Okay," and they really backed the fuck down. I mean, we genuinely won that. Me personally, I mean, I've had my own, encounters with the legal system and have fared incredibly well overall. But I think that there's a line, right? Like the SEC saying every crypto asset is a security is ludicrous and it's baseless and it has no foundation in reality. And even at a federal level, like, could you imagine really picking that case apart with experts on the panel? Like, there's no way that's enforceable. There's no way that's
Well,
enforceable because they're going to have to come after me. By that definition, I've sold unregistered securities, which is absurd because I haven't.
but they were quite successful with the tactics using the whatever DMCA or whatever it was, going after Napster, people distributing music. Then they went after the individuals downloading movies via torrent and so forth. If Congress were to pass legislation backing this up, and then it eventually went to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court justices used some reasoning, say, based on the historical constitution created prior to the creation of these assets, um, could go rather poorly.
Uh, I I have a hard time seeing it land. I mean, it could. I don't doubt that they will try, but I think it'll be very much like the war on drugs, and it'll be a losing proposition for the government, and people aren't going to step down.
Yeah,
Uh,
but a lot of soldiers fell in the war on drugs.
fucking a right, we did. I lost a lot of good friends to stupid ass shit because of the government's war on fucking drugs. I did time and got hurt. I mean, I'm still alive, thank God. But um, yeah, bro. And we're just talking about fucking weed, dude. Like I had a buddy get shot up over some fucking weed. Now, granted, he did some more to have that coming, but like they wouldn't have been there serving up that warrant if weed hadn't been illegal. You know what I mean? Like anyway. Like war on drugs is a big deal, but in my mind, this is the same fucking thing. It's like they can try, just like they can try to restrict a person's right to experiment with their mental state. They can try to restrict our right to pursue economic freedom and self-determination, but it's my constitutional right. I don't give a fuck what the FCC says.
Right, but your mic seems to be cutting out. Maybe it's just me. But I still heard you. But these constitutional rights, like echo now.
Echo now.
They they're being infringed already. I mean, even just the First Amendment, the petition of right to petition the government for redress of grievances, that's been severely repressed. But I'll go back on mute. We got a hand up as well.
Yeah, hi. I'm the one with hand up. But I don't know. It's funny how we're all like you guys are talking about S&P 500 now, but like you have to think about like back in like history, like what happened before, and the same thing is repeated now. No, like I don't know if you're in tune with the charts, you'll know the same charts are playing out again and again, which is a problem. It's not a
About every
problem.
seven, about sorry, about every 7 to 12 years, right?
Yeah, exactly. And this is the time where it's repeated again, but we kind of have to like kind of break the cycle of repeat like repeating, because you have to think about all these companies in S&P 500. What do they do for us? Like fundamentally, what do they do for us? Like day to day, what you got people like telling you to buy stuff that you don't even want to buy. Is that profitable? It's not. It's not really profitable in this day and age of information, no? Because they're all relying on data, because data is our currency right now. Because it's the days of, like, oil, petroleum being the currency is gone. It's gone because they're
Yeah, I definitely know what you're saying. Like, that's one of the big cases I make to people when they're like, why is crypto, like, where's crypto's intrinsic value come from? And I always tell them, I'm like, well, what's the most valuable commodity to a corporation? Data. What does crypto do? It decentralizes the management of that data. How is that not valuable?
Yeah, there's one project I came across recently that's working on is doing stuff to basically I think you can like publish your content there to some blockchain and then get your own data off the usage of it and monetize that for yourself versus it going to you know Alphabet or TikTok or whoever.
You know what I find really fascinating is that the way that the government tried to exploit us as citizens by turning us into these, fictional corporate entities on the back end. I think it's really weird that now that we're exploiting that tactic and we're using our corporate agency and we're developing methods to be our own sovereign banking structure, like with that, they're freaking losing their minds. They're like, holy fuck, these guys are all companies. What do we do? It's like, well, you fucking made the system to fuck us. Now that we've turned it around on you, like, you're pissed off. What is this?
Like we're sovereign Web3 denizens.
It sounds fucking wild, and I hate how it sounds, but yeah, dude. Like, I don't use any, like, traditional banking at all. I don't even use dollars anymore. Like, when I guess Coinbase liquidates the Solana or whatever I use when I pay for shit with their debit card, and they fucking do something funny with dollars. I don't give a shit, man. I don't carry dollars. Like, I got some cash right now. It's gonna go to the bank, and then it's gonna get thrown into crypto. Cause, like, I don't even give a shit about dollars. I don't like them.
If you'd been part of the Voyager crew, you would have cared, I believe.
I don't think I understand.
but
If
and the lost
yeah, sorry, yeah, go ahead.
lost Patriot NFTs.
Yes,
I get what you're saying. 100%. Like, at this point, we don't fuck with fiat.
no.
We don't. Like, no, because like I know because like I know in my, like, obviously some stars, what I've been doing is cash to BTC. Cash to BTC, then we go to different coins. Because BTC have ATM in it. Because we have BTC ATMs, so it's literally you put your cash in there, you get BTC.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fun to, like, see how, like, the game is changing in a way, because, like, it's like we know, like, obviously everyone probably knows they print money with ink. Come on. But then what happens when they run out of money to, like, afford the ink?
Yeah, I mean, they've been out of the money to afford anything. If you look at their
Yeah,
debt box,
exactly.
it's
Yeah.
outrageous. It's outrageous the way our debt. That's why, like, I don't really capitulate to the government if I can help it. Like, I'm okay owing them bad money, and, like, I tell them all the time, I'm like, hey, you know what? Fix the roads, get some instruments in the schools, and, like, turn this debt clock around. I'm like, you guys are into me for way more on average. So like, I'm not really interested in picking up the tab. I'm sorry. Like, run a decent business and I'll play. But otherwise, I won't hold your dollars. I won't engage with your dollars. Like, I don't need your dollars. Um, there's 12 grand a year that I got to pay out and some fucking property taxes. Okay, fine. Take those dollars. I don't want to lose my house.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah, but it's
Eh?
Does anyone know the current price of BTC?
Nah.
Hey Dan, what's going on? How do you feel now that you're the most popular person in Twitter finance?
Well, it's good to be here, everyone. Thank you for that. I had to turn down a couple offers this afternoon. Got a lot of different.
Wasn't it a yes yesterday, Dan? Yes. Now it's today. I've been speaking in front of 13,000 people, and all of a sudden, your idea doesn't seem as promising as it once did.
I got a lot of dick pics, but also I got a lot of great buffs, and I'm pretty excited about that.
You get any feet?
What?
You get any feet?
Sure.
Feet pics are kind of like the Litecoin of sexy pics.
I think I was a little nervous though. I don't know.
You should be nervous. You're in front of 13,000 people. It's natural.
Yeah,
I was nervous over here as a listener.
Yeah, that was a little like, oh my god. But I do think, dude,
Did they end the space yet?
The freaking black swan, man. This is a big giant.
Do we have to call it a black swan?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Shit, I didn't think about that.
Why not a gray spawn?
I am sorry. This is worse than a Latino without a PhD, right? Whatever that.
It's more rare than. Never mind. Go ahead, Casey.
So Dan, I missed you on stage, buddy. What did you ask him? What did you say? How did it go?
It's his finest moment on Twitter Spaces. Wouldn't you say?
Well, so the thing that I remember about Silicon Valley Bank is, while it was a bank, it was also an investment arm. And so it has investments in 844 companies. So who then owns the equity in those companies? Well, it would be whoever then acquires the asset of Silicon Valley Bank. Well, if that's true, then of course you want the government to sort of intervene because you want to drive the asset value down even lower. And then if you think about it, this could be an attack, or it could be in a way. I mean, it's an attack from a sense of someone saw the blood on the water and leveraged it. And then if you didn't have the puts if you didn't have the put traffic, would you have the everything that happened today? And my argument is you wouldn't. So I think that you're going to see regulation come down on that factor and to some degree, along with a lot of other stuff. So there's just a lot of theories in my head. Everything from, this is someone on the crypto side trying to push regulation or allow regulation for adoption of crypto. This is a VC mercenary attack in order to acquire potentially not only 844 companies of equity, but think about the last 24 months of investing. Maybe there's a hell of a gem in there from an AI company for all we know. Do not know. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that could be just coincidence, and it could be, a more larger systemic issue that actually exposes a larger problem given the amount of foreign investment that was involved in the bank. Maybe it's a Russian or China attack in terms of economic digital warfare, which we should totally, if you don't think that, or don't think or consider that, you're extremely naive, and given today's world. Or it's government, meaning the government's doing it alone. I know that if the government takes it, think about this. If the government takes the asset, then all those founders went out. They just wiped someone off their cap table because the government's actually not going to take actual equity. They're not going to do that. It's a messy position for them. So all those founders, in a lot of way, yeah, I'm going to have problems if I had money in that. But if I knew about the situation, I might potentially not have my money in that company. And now I've just taken out an investor on my cap table, which is very attractive to certain people. So it's just, there's a lot of interesting things that could be in this narrative. Then than what we're seeing, which is why, to me, it's a black swan event that'll definitely have rippling consequences across the market for at least 24 months. But will it kill things? I do not think so, because the problem with the AI innovation generation that we are all now part of, and it'll be a very troubling and toxic time, potentially for another 2 or 3 years in terms of how people see things and manipulate things in the narrative. However, we are just about to go into the massive golden age of augmented reality, which is going to arrive with a massive boom. So for as much as and this is kind of a classic precursor to a huge economic opportunity swing, massive. So it's that classic mass doomsday asteroid. Mike, you said asteroid. You said that for a reason, because you feel like it's an asteroid. So at a time of mass collapse, what is also happening? Mass innovation on a near boundless scale is nearly free. Change is afoot. You're on the forefront. You can see the pattern.
I like this.
It's tasty. It's very tasty.
Now, did you do that whole diatribe on that stage?
No, that was for you, Casey.
I love that. Thank you for that. I appreciated that.
Okay,
what I did
Dan,
on the stage,
yeah.
I actually did worse on the stage. Mike thinks it was a
No, you did
genius move.
better because
I did
somebody
better.
whispered. Because
Yeah.
Dan goes, "What? So if they have all these equity in startups, what happens to the equity when they're being dissolved and assets are being sold off to the vultures?" And somebody whispers, "Oh, that's a good question." And I was like, "Yeah."
So I guess I just brought up another angle to consider. But I also
I'm gonna
think
turn up the whisper in post, like that whisper of "That's a good question." I'm gonna like jack that volume up loud and give it echo and shit.
yeah. But I'm not ruling out an attack either. I don't rule that out because I don't know, I just don't rule that out. Because I guess here's the problem is that a lot of the stuff when it comes to the banks and everything else is trackable. There's a pattern that was revealed before these events. Right? So there's a pattern that's going to be exposed around that's the nice thing about the stock market. There is going to be a pattern that will get exposed more so than I think in other places. So that means someone knows that there's a lot more chips that can fall. So this is just one of many chips that can fall. I
You're
don't know.
listening to the Syndicate, Danstradamus. I don't know how to read symbols, and then let's go.
Okay.
Are those
Was Dan?
sigils? What's the difference between a symbol and a sigil?
The difference is the symbols, it symbolizes a different language to other people. It's universal, no? But a sigil is a magically enchanted text.
Like a icon talisman?
Yeah. Because what I do, I make sigils for different companies. That's my main thing. I want
You create magical symbols for companies?
yeah, because sigils is a logos, and logos in history means
Logos,
the
yes.
sun. Yeah, it means the sun, like what shines upon your company. So you need a good logos to actually convey.
You just blew my mind. The name of a company is a light that shines on the company? Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, because the logos, you have to deep what we are all in right now. We're all looking at different companies, and we see their logos. It's not logo, it's logos. Because
in the beginning there was the word, and the word was
yeah, it's one of those things. But most corporations, because they're corporations at the end of the day, we're playing with in S&P 500. That's what we're playing with here. So they're all corporation in a obviously esoteric standpoint means a entity without basically a dead entity.
Hey,
That's
by
what it
the way,
means.
Peter, KC, how come you didn't tell me about this guy? This guy's on it.
Yeah,
You've been
well,
holding back.
I got good
Yeah.
networks.
You know some people. How'd you guys meet?
I know. I saw him in the space, like, and I was like, I like the small spaces, but like, when it's not about like shilling stuff, like, I don't,
Mhm.
like, cool. I know my stuff is good, like, but I want you to actually discover it for yourself, if that makes sense.
How dare you?
Like, and actually read my descriptions,
Gonna
and it's
earn it,
kind of,
Mike.
it's a funny story. It's a funny story we're playing here. Like,
It's a game of
such a
cat and NFT mouse. Yeah, I get it.
yeah, it's one of those ones. I'm like, it's a mad story here because, like,
Where are you? You sound like you could sing some UK drill.
yeah. I have some drill tracks. Like, I'm not going to lie, I have some drill music.
Yo,
That's
what's going on over there, fam? Sorry, I couldn't help
bro.
myself.
Yeah,
Did you bring
I
M Dot into the space?
bro. I'm like, bro.
You know about M Dot
we're
out there?
chilling. We're past that, bro. You're not even with the times. Never with the times here.
Look, I follow that chubby Somalian on TikTok. I'm with it. I'm
No,
hip.
you're definitely not. You're definitely not, bro. I'm
Not
live.
Gen Z.
I'm live in front lines, and I'll send you some songs though if you want.
Wicked. Can you send me some UK drill? Yes, please.
Yeah, and I've got some remixes as well.
Oh,
I make
nice.
remixes. I make like remixes and like
You're kidding me.
drill
You're into
tracks.
music?
Yeah, but
Good.
like, because like my thing is, I like putting like traditional pieces of art, like artwork that looks traditional, but I'll put a drill track on it to like make people be like, what is going on here?
I have an intro to send you of a song. I can't remember. OCB. I don't know. One sec. Let me look it up. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Alice.
look it up. Yeah, look it up because like we got OCB, we got 10-11, we got 6-6-7, we got everyone on my team here. You go because like with me, like I came into the NFT thing like secondary, if that makes sense. Like in the Web3 secondary, I started in they like frontline with all these like rappers that will make the tracks, like the drill raps. I'll be with them. I'll talk to them, see what their problem is. We'll fix it for them because I used to be like kind of the banker for them. If that makes sense. I used to be their banker, so I'll pay them payroll. I'll give them legit payroll. Like it's recorded space. So I won't go into detail how we do that, but yeah, but we'll get them.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
99%. I'm imagining most people don't know what the fuck we're talking about. Casey, you know about UK drill?
No.
What? How come you never told this guy about UK drill? What's going on there, fam?
and I actually need to tell everybody.
Oh, you mad?
No way. No, because we want to keep it not low key, but kind of low key, high key. Because I didn't
Yo, you gotta spread UK drill to New Hampshire, bruv.
Yeah, because I didn't we don't want like clout for clout. Like clout sake, because being famous is not very profitable in this business. I'm not going to lie. It's not profitable in this. It gives you roadblocks if you're bait. That's what we call it here.
It's
called
better to
bait.
be. It's better to be Al Heyman than Manny Pacquiao. I understand.
Yeah, because like I want like quality people like following me in my like the movements I'm in it. Because if you look at my obviously timeline, there's a lot of drill songs in there. There's a lot of like drill remixes and all that. You get what I mean?
Hey, we lost Alice Kofi, but I want to congratulate you for
I'll
that.
look for one. I'll look for one and I'll put it up in the thing if I can.
Go ahead, Peter.
Okay,
you know
cool,
about
no
UK
problem.
drill? Peter, you don't know about UK drill. They don't have
I
that
know
over there
about
in
it, but I'm not
Australia.
hip with it, if you know what I mean. Michael, where can I find Mohit's video stuff? I did a quick search and I didn't pick it up.
If you just Google Mohit's name, Mohit RAHJANS, and click videos, there should be a bunch.
I was looking on YouTube, but I didn't really find anything on YouTube. So
I didn't even find anything on YouTube. Hold on. Mo hit Radons. Raj. All right, hold on. Yeah, this thing off old boy. Hold on. Mohit, Raj. Yeah, because it's a weekend for you, right?
Yeah, I just want to make some headway.
Mm-hmm. That's what she said. Hold on. Oh, okay, good. So, I'm gonna send you a goggle a drive link. No, not a goggle drive, a goggle search. Hold on. Hopefully that works for you. You just
Thank
click
you,
on
sir.
video. Yeah, no worries. You're listening to the Syndicate, Danstradamus. You worried about the future? Well, you should be. You want to know why? Well, that you're gonna have to pay for, and that's why it's $3.99 per minute. Danstradamus, 1-888-888-888. One prophecy every so often. Intermittent rewards delivered at intermittent intervals is how we hook you.
You love that. I love the like.
Mankind is often lost in the night, not because of FTX or Voyager, lost in their minds. No one soul must be beyond what they are. Do not be merely the equity on the cap table. You must rise higher. Low, do not be in seed round D, E, or F, or G, for you are being fucked in the transaction. You were supposed to get in on A. Know this from my heart, that as you take $1 from another person, that person expects $10 back per second that you actually have that dollar. Odds of you getting fucked in a general transaction go up higher based on how little you know about that person, especially if they wear sandals. If they wear sandals 60% of the year, then the odds are they make far too much money for to be talking to you or possibly hanging out with you. These are the
That's right.
words we say, so say we all.
That's right. The Syndicate,
No,
Danstradamus, describes the mezzanine level debt. That's right. Mezzanine level debt. Inject that debt right into the operating capital.
trust. No, Dan, bro. We need to. I know. And can I get the recording? I don't know where I can get the recording from. I'm gonna mix it into a Joe track. That's a
Yes.
That's really good. You should be
no,
doing that.
no, that's a vibe because I have so many beats like Joe beats, no, and that will work. Like look at the one I pinned up, that kind of vibe.
Oh man, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, like
I mean, I could try to do like a reggae thing.
no, you don't.
You know
Just
what?
speak like no, speak how you spoke there, and it
That's
is a vibe.
amazing. Yeah, it could be an intro to a track, and you have
Yeah,
like some fucking
exactly.
guitars. Bing, bing, bing. Today on the Syndicate, you know what I mean? And then, and then the bass comes in. I love it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and make
Yeah, I like it.
something right now. I don't even know, like I'm gonna use the recordings. It's a
Actually,
BYV.
what we could do actually, so you can get the recording. You can record the screen on your phone.
Yeah.
So if you access the recording that's about to be created for the space, right? You just press play and then record the end where he says it. Does that make sense? So
Yeah,
to
that
make
makes
sure,
sense.
so to make sure that you can get the recording, hold on.